Good afternoon, Mount Zion. Since my last announcement to you on May 22nd, we've been delighted to make further steps in our faithful progression to regathering as a congregation. Our staff have resumed office hours in the church building, and a staff person is in the building 4 days a week. We have also been delighted to resume leading worship within the sanctuary, and we know that that has brought you joy as well. We've also continued with pastors on the porch, and our pastors have been able to resume some visitation when the circumstances allow it. This past week, we also opened our sanctuary 2 days for Solace in the sanctuary, a time when you can find a quiet space in the sanctuary to reflect and pray. It gives us such joy to make these faithful steps, and we look forward to continuing all these things in the coming weeks. The response team met earlier this week, and we're excited to share with you that beginning Wednesday, June 24th at 7 p.m., we will have an outdoor worship gathering in the field adjacent to the building. These worship services will be similar to our Lenten services, and that we'll have time for prayer, time for discussion, and time to listen to musical offerings. These gatherings will be available by sign-up, and at this time we'll be limiting them to 25 people. Now, the good news is that we'll be having this Wednesday evening service on a weekly basis through the end of July. You can expect details about the service and how to sign up to be coming out next week. We're looking forward to yet another step towards our regathering in person as a congregation. As we look towards the eventual resumption of worship within the sanctuary, there are many things to consider. Over the last few months, we've learned a lot about COVID and what factors increase risk and what we can do to mitigate the risk. At this time, we are seeking a team of volunteers to form a regathering team. The regathering team will be focused on coming up with the protocols and procedures, the nuts and bolts, if you will, of how we can most safely gather when it is time. If you'd be interested in serving on the regathering team, I invite you to contact myself or Pastor Jeff by Friday, June 12th. It's our hope that the regathering team can begin meeting immediately so that when the time comes for our congregational reunion, we'll have the procedures in place that are needed. Again, if you'd be interested in serving, please contact myself or Pastor Jeff by June 12th. These are all the announcements that I have for today, my friends. Our next response team meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, June 23rd. Our next council meeting is scheduled for June 25th, and you can expect another announcement from me on June 26th. That will continue to update you on the plans going forward. If you have suggestions or input or encouragement that you'd like to offer, I encourage you to reach out to myself, Pastor Jeff, John Shriver, your moderator, or Sandy King, your vice moderator. Thank you again for all of your encouragement, your faithfulness, and your endurance. We are honored to be part of such a loving, creative, and faithful church family. Goodbye, friends. God bless you, and be a blessing.